right, the rumor is, or the word is that I'm supposed to be scared of him, or Murder Inc. was scared of the unit, or whatever the case, whatever, right?
Who spread this rumor?
Him.
You had a beef with, or have a beef with Ja Rule?
It's an old school. That's an old.
But I understand that. But I understand in October you did something to get back at Ja Rule.
Yeah.
And please tell the people what you did because this is quite.
I bought like the first 4 rows in his concert.
You bought the first 4 rows in his concert?
Yeah, they was like on Groupon for $15. It wasn't a big deal.
What do you know that's scared of a nigga or don't want no problems or that goes looking for the nigga?
He was there before I got there.
On the plane?
Yeah.
Man, so do y'all see each other?
Not like I saw him. Yeah, we sat right in first class. Like he sat on the other side, like by the window. So somebody sitting at the actual edge. See, then I sat down and I kept getting up and moving around and things.
Seeing if anything would happen.
No, just making him uncomfortable because I knew that he was by himself.
So Ja Rule just came out the woodwork and decided to reignite his decade-old beef with 50 Cent. And after all these years, Ja is still claiming that 50 is scared of him and not the other way around. But is Ja really about that action, or is he just trying to stay relevant off 50's name? 50 and Ja's beef is one of the most infamous beefs in hip-hop history. And while most people thought 50 put the final nail in Ja's career, Ja is now circling back and saying there's a whole side to this story that the streets don't know. So what exactly did Ja say? Is there any truth to his claims that 50 is really scared of him? Or is Ja just trying to get some attention? Let's break this down.
Our hip-hop beef is gotta be top 3. You know, you got Big and Pac,
Yep.
You got Jay and Nas, and then me and 50. I would put me and 50s over Jay and Nas.
Just when we thought the industry drama couldn't get any wilder, Ja Rule announced that this year he's taken pettiness to the next level. Back in December, Ja took to X to say that his New Year's resolution for 2025 is to be petty. And it looks like he wasn't joking either, because he's now trying to reignite his old feud with 50 Cent. First, Ja threw shade at 50's Las Vegas residence, and after a music critic slammed 50's performance, Ja wrote, "Not the worst," alongside 3 laughing emojis. On top of that, Ja also slammed 50 in a recent interview on Math Hoffa's podcast, and he claimed that this narrative that he was scared of 50 Cent was nothing but rumors that 50 himself started.
How do you victim at the same time? Because when you talk about our history and our beef with 50 Cent, all I hear is say, well, if niggas try to get me shit, or if niggas has something to do with getting me shit, or if niggas did this and that to me, I can have a problem with them for the rest of my life too. Mm-hmm. So if we did all of this and did all of that, I'm the, you know, just ask questions, just framing it. If, if I'm the, all right, the rumor is, or the word is that I'm supposed to be scared of him, or Murder Inc. was scared of the unit, or whatever the case, whatever, right?
Who spread this rumor?
Him. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Him. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck else? He spreads the rumors. But if this is the rumor, right? I'm gonna ask everybody in the room, what do you know that's scared of a nigga or don't want no problems or that goes looking for the nigga in his studio session? I'm just asking the question.
I wasn't a question for me.
I'm just asking. I'm asking anybody a question.
For me.
How am I the or am I the, you know, supposed to be the scary nigga if I go looking for the nigga that I have a problem with and handle my problem?
Now we know 50 Cent is usually the one behind all the trolling, so seeing Ja Rule stir the pot is definitely a plot twist. But let's be real, these two have been going at it for over 25 years, and in 2024 alone, they had multiple back and forths on social media. Last March, Ja sat down with Piers Morgan on Piers Morgan Uncensored and decided to add more fuel to the fire. When asked about his history with 50, Ja straight up claimed that he beat 50 in a fist fight.
Yeah. I mean, you two have been going at it 25 years now.
You know, not me actually. You know, I'm cool, Pierce. Like I said, I don't get into. I really don't do social media like that at all. You know, I post some, you know, of course, to promote some of my things and, you know, that sort of thing. But I'm really not the social media guy like that. So, you know, I don't really get into the back and forth.
Who would,
you know,
out of interest, who would win if you had a fight?
That's happened already too, Pierce. So
Really?
You got to do your research, man.
Well, I did a bit of research. I knew that
yeah.
various members of your gangs had traded, but you've actually had a physical fight with him, have you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who won?
Absolutely. Yeah. I did, Pierce. Come on.
Really?
Man.
Tell
All
me
right,
more.
I'm done, Pierce. You asking all these crazy questions, man. Like,
But 50's longtime friend Tony Yayo recently recalled 50 and Ja getting into a fight in Atlanta. And Yayo claimed that 50 knocked out Ja.
What happened, man?
Well, 50 Ja Rule in Atlanta. Like, he was there. Rest in peace to Chaz. I know 50 ain't really like that. Many man, Slim switch sides on me. I'm just truthful. Like, it's real shit. I'll tell y'all, because y'all a street show. That's why I'm But, like, Ja Rule and them, we there, Chaz there. Chaz like, go in the hotel. Yeah, it was so good. All right, cool. Ja Rule there. This is after 50 got murdered. I don't believe you. Black Child and them there. Nigga, Fifth KO'd that. Mark. So look, Ja Rule just come in the elevator. Murder! So look.
He didn't say that. He didn't say murder.
I'm not a rapper. I never was with this rapper shit.
Now, if you need a refresher on how this legendary beef started, it actually goes all the way back to 1999 when Ja was robbed at gunpoint in Southside Jamaica, Queens, while filming a music video. And 50 later revealed in his biography, From Pieces to Weight, that it was one of his friends who robbed Ja. 50 wrote, "A friend of mine robbed Ja Rule. That's how the beef originally started. My man robbed him for a chain, and then this guy named Brown came and got the chain back for Ja. Later, Ja saw me in the club with the kid who robbed him. I went over to say what's up to Ja, and he acted like he had a problem with me, but I'm not the one who robbed him." But Ja had a whole different version of events, and while he later admitted that the robbery did happen, he denied that he ever saw 50 with the guy who did it. According to Ja, the real issue between them wasn't about the robbery at all, but about 50 feeling some type of way after getting snubbed by the Murder Inc. crew at the video shoot for Ja's track Murder for Life. Later that same year in October, 50 Cent dropped the track Life's on the Line off his scrapped debut album Power Off the Dollar. And while he didn't name drop Ja directly, the song was clearly throwing shots at him and Murder Inc. The track even mocked their signature murder chant, which made it obvious who 50 Cent was coming for. And shortly after that, things got physical between 50 and Ja in Atlanta. Both of their chains ended up getting snatched in the scuffle, and one of 50's crew members got their hands on Ja's pendant. And according to 50, a trade was later made to return the pendant in exchange for a Movado watch. But Ja again denied that this happened and claimed 50 had nothing to do with his chain getting snatched.
That was 50's version of the story, and he had, I guess, taken your chain and someone traded him a watch to get your chain back. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard this.
You've heard this story.
And it's foolery. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, this nigga tells, he's good at what he does. He tells stories and he, you know, I call him MC Gusto. You ever seen CB4?
CB4, yeah.
That's who he is in real life.
But no matter whose version of events you believe, this moment was the spark that set off one of hip-hop's longest and pettiest feuds. Now, fast forward to March 2000, and word got out that 50 was recording at the Hit Factory in NYC, and Ja Rule and his crew decided to pull up. Things got heated, and 50 ended up getting stabbed. Ja and Murder Inc.'s Black Child were both arrested, and Black Child later claimed responsibility, saying he acted in self-defense. 50, however, never made a big deal out of it in interviews and kept it pushing.
What? Then I didn't even go to the hospital. The little scratch I had only was with 3 stitches. I didn't go to. I went home, and I'm on the radio hearing I went to the hospital. So they had me. I was like, all right. That's when it just was involved the day after.
You know what I mean? Right there and right there. 2 scratches. That's all bitch ass niggas could do.
Call that.
They always make it bigger than it is.
But that wasn't the end of it, of course. In 2002, 50 signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Shady/Aftermath and dropped the No Mercy, No Fear mixtape with G-Unit. That's where Wanksta came in, a track widely believed to be aimed at Ja Rule. The song became 50's first major hit, shooting up to number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 and setting the stage for his takeover. Meanwhile, after that Hit Factory altercation, Irv Gotti accused 50 of signing an order of protection against Ja Rule and Murder Inc. and basically implied that 50 wasn't as street as he claimed. Now, the order was real, but the NYPD issued it automatically and not at 50's request. But that didn't stop Ja from bringing it up and posting the order online, calling 50 a rat. Now, you already know 50 wasn't about to let that snitch talk slide. He clapped back on The Future Is Now G-Unit mixtape, going straight for the jugular with multiple Murder Inc. disses. And then in February 2003, 50 finally dropped Get Rich or Die Tryin', which featured Back Down, a savage diss track that not only clowned Ja's whole image, but also called Murder Inc.'s street cred into question. Just 2 months later, Ja clapped back on the track Loose Change, targeting not only 50, but also G-Unit, Eminem, Eminem's daughter Haley, Dr. Dre, Busta Rhymes, and even Chris Lighty. Ja called 50 a snitch, took shots at Dre with a homophobic slur, accused M and his crew of some wild fetishes, and even dissed M's wife. After this, 50, Eminem, and Busta came back swinging with the track Hail Mary. And this wasn't just a diss track. It was a full-on mockery of Ja's obsession with Tupac, with all three rappers taking turns tearing him down. Now, Ja tried to keep the momentum going with his fifth studio album, Blood in My Eye, switching up his style to a more aggressive sound. But this move backfired, and the album flopped, failing to reach the heights of his past projects like Pain Is Love or The Last Temptation. Finally, a whole decade later, in a 2013 Hot 97 interview, Ja and Irv Gotti admitted what fans had already known, that Murder Inc. lost the war with 50.
Do you think, because you say now you could say, in hindsight, you could say, yes, we took an L there.
Yeah, we took an L. But listen, the thing about it is when you're going through it, you're going through it. So you got to think of ways. But I'll take you back to we was in my office, me and Rule, right? We in the office, and Flex was about to play In the Club, right? So Flex plays In the Club. That record was so dope. I looked at Rule, I said, yo, have a major problem.
Did you really say that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, now we're in such a thing, and I'm happy that we can talk about it. Man. Yeah, we took the L. We took the L. But you know what? People take L's. It's not the L, it's what you do, and if you keep swinging and keep fighting.
Of course, you're going to keep going. But what's interesting to me about that is why did you why do you think, because... Why do you think he was able to do that to you?
Because
it was a lot of things surrounding that.
Because of that plaque I told you about.
Because you had all that, because you were all the way at the top. The timing.
Not only was we winning, we was dominating.
But just because Ja admitted defeat doesn't mean that 50 was ready to let it go. And even years later, 50 wasn't done. At Hot 97's Summer Jam in 2014, he trolled Ja again, performing his diss track, I Smell P-Word, to remind everyone who won the battle. Ja, of course, took the bait and retaliated in his memoir, Unruly, The Highs and Lows of Becoming a Man, where he reignited those claims that 50 Cent tipped off the feds, which led to the federal investigation into Murder Inc. Now, 50 Cent denied this, and he continued trolling Ja to the point where Ja really lost it at one point and went on this wild Twitter rant saying he owned 50's soul and calling him his B. Ja also wrote, let's be clear, I mind my business, but for some reason, 50 Cent keeps my name in his mouth. I think he'd rather have my D in his mouth, LMAO. And that's when 50 pulled one of his pettiest moves ever, buying 200 tickets to Ja's show just so the seats would be empty. And he even posted a Photoshop pic of himself sitting alone in an empty venue. At this point, their beef has lasted longer than most marriages, and it doesn't seem like either of them will ever let it go. Now, at the moment, 50 Cent is busy going after Big Meech, and that drama has been taking up most of his energy, so it's unclear if he even has time to entertain Ja Rule. But knowing 50, if he feels like Ja is worth responding to, he'll make sure it's a spectacle. But what's your take on Ja trying to reignite the beef all these years later? Is Ja just looking for attention, or does he actually have something new to say? And do you think 50 will even bother responding this time around? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stick around for this next video.